Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Q&A show. I'm your co-host, Frankie J.
And I'm J Word, where y'all bring us the questions and we deliver the answers. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen, with
the Q&A show. All right, J Word, what's happening?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, everything is everything. Everything is everything. So what you smoking on?
Another smoke that was sent to me from my subscription with Black-owned company, Black Box Cigars.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm drinking on a little tequila.
I see you giving free publicity.
They Black-owned, baby.
All right, now. Well, I got here a nice fine stick, and I got a good beverage here. So, are you ready to rock and roll?
I sure am.
Well, let's get on into it, and it is on you. Go and roll, baby.
All right. Sekou from Reading, Pennsylvania
All right.
asks, how do I get my wife's brother out my house? Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Well, all right.
I agreed to help my wife's brother and let him move in with us for 3 months to help him get on his feet. That was a year ago, and I'm fed up. I guess
Okay.
you are. He doesn't help around the house. He doesn't pay any bills. All he does is eat all the food, sleep, and shit.
All the food.
Every last drop. Last week, we almost came to blows. Okay. I pulled up to the house after a hard day, and all I was thinking about was popping an ice cold beer and making a drink. I went straight to the basement to get a beer and watch TV. When I opened the refrigerator, there was no beer. And he came downstairs drinking a beer.
Whoa,
I asked
whoa.
him,
Damn.
that part. I asked him why he drinking the last beer. And he gonna say he didn't know it was the last. He's a damn lie. I was fuming. So I said, I'll make a drink. And my bottle, my Henny bottle was empty.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait one damn minute.
Oh, this is when it gets good. That's when I had enough. And I jacked him up against the wall. You should have. And I wanted to kill him. My wife came down and broke it up. He and my wife are very close. They are 11 months apart. But her and the rest of her siblings treat this 35-year-old man like a freaking 3-year-old.
Ooh.
But every time I'm about to put him out, my wife dresses up and performs wild sex acts, as we do.
She know what she doing.
Of course we do. That shit worked for a year, but it's done, and I'm done. Sex or not, he gotta go. How should I go about putting this bastard out? I'm gonna let you go ahead and answer first.
Oh, wow. I mean, you know what? See, here's the thing. You drank all the Henny. You drank
And left the empty bottle.
You drank all the brew. You know what? It ain't nothing like working hard all day.
Yep.
You coming home and on your mind, all you can think about is popping that ice cold brew and sitting back. And you mean to tell me there ain't no brew and there ain't no Henny
At all.
All you left was the bottle?
Not a drop.
You know what? For one thing, maybe he could find that man a woman. Maybe he got to find him a woman.
So you're just suggesting is to put him off on somebody else.
But there it is. There it is. Find him a desperate woman. Let him live with her. Let him be her problem. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You don't know what I'm saying. You don't like the fact that I put it off on somebody else.
I don't think I would have let him move in.
Look, but no. Well, you know what? Helping family is nothing wrong with that. But I hate to say this. I hate to say it. Family or friend, when someone comes to move in, you undersign some pieces of paper.
Amen.
Here. You understand?
Amen.
Because when it's time for you to go, come that expiration date, you got to go. I'm going to give you 6 months.
Yep.
I'm going to give you 6 months to get on your feet. But this man don't want to get on his feet. And it seemed like he said, his sister and the rest of the family.
Enablers.
Yeah. You know what? It does make him worse, a worse mate to date for a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I would try to find him a woman. I'll go somewhere, uh, uh, one of them clubs where they have like old women. I go to a
Wait. There's a club that has old women.
I mean, yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
seniors got to get out now. They get out and party. I will go to a 65 and over a little whatever they do cabaret, and I'm gonna put him off on somebody else.
Okay.
You go meet Miss Mabel. That's gonna be her name, Miss Mabel. Let me introduce you to John.
So see, you making a bad situation. Well, he has siblings. He has siblings, so he can go live with one of them.
Obviously, they know him. That's why he ain't there.
Okay, so I'm 100% with you. When you come in, because I've had to do it. I did it for someone. They came in because things went awry in the little relationship they had, and the person put them out on the spot. So, and me and my husband at the time took the person in. Mm-hmm. The next morning, I printed out a lease and said, "Here you go."
Yeah, I mean,
and it was a very reasonable lease. It wasn't no thousands of dollars. It was just to cover the extra food that I'm gonna have to supply you, the extra heat and AC I'm gonna have to use. But we had a discussion because my husband felt I shouldn't have given him a lease. I don't feel that way. My brother and I were raised that way. If you coming in here, you got a full-time job and you consider grown, you gonna pay something.
But wait a minute.
You paying something.
But wait a minute. My thing is, he's there all day. Didn't he say he was there all day?
He better go find somewhere to work.
See, how do you sleep at night when you can take advantage of people like that? Like,
they allowing.
I just couldn't sleep on somebody's couch and just not give nothing. I'm at least keep the refrigerator and that bar stocked. Let me tell you something.
In my house, I need to be able at any given time, if I feel like it, to walk around butt naked. Well, and if I can't do that, something got to change.
Well, you know what?
Something got to change. Somebody got to get the hell out because I'm not comfortable in my own home.
I'm going to, listen, if I'm on somebody's couch, I'm going to keep the bar stocked. I'm going to keep the refrigerator stocked with brew. And I'm going to give you, I'm going to buy the bologna and what? I'm going to buy the bologna and bread.
You know what I think would be ideal? Like we said, a lease. You got 6 months I'll say 6 to 9 months. I'll give them 6 to 9 months, especially if you grow. To get a job, 3 months to get the job, 3 months to find a place that you can live in outside of my home.
Okay.
In the meantime, you should come in the door saying, "Let me pay this bill if I'm not giving you a lease." Something.
But you know what? We still ain't touched on the question. How do he get him out?
Me personally, I'm going to go to whatever state you live in, go to the county court and give him an eviction notice. And when that eviction notice, whatever the stipulations are for that state, on that last day, if you ain't out here, your stuff was on the corner.
Sheriff.
And I'm dragging you out my house.
Listen, Sheriff, come get him. Sheriff, come get him. Come lock him up.
Because you ain't here no more.
He got to go.
Love don't live here no more. I don't know where you're going, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Hold on. So, Sekou, my brother. I know you black with the name Sekou. I know you black. My brother, what you got to do, man, is go ahead, like Jay Word said, go down to the courthouse, do it the right way, and you got to have to give him a 30-day notice. If your wife does not like that, then I guess they both got to go. And the bologna would be all mine.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what we got next up. Next up, we have Winston from Cincinnati, Ohio.
All right.
Winston asks, how do I get my wife to stop posting provocative pictures of herself every 5 minutes of the day? Okay. Damn. Here we go with another one.
Why you married her?
Winston says, I've been married to my wife for 12 years and I love her dearly, but I am slowly falling out of love with her because I can't get her to stop posting pictures of herself on social media. Winston says, it's okay when we go out or we traveling, but she posts every 5 minutes everywhere she goes. She posts when she's getting dressed, getting undressed. Wow. In the car, working out. It doesn't matter what the hell she is doing.
Sad.
It is. Winston says, my wife is a gorgeous woman and her body is amazing and all natural. She gets tons of men coming at her all day, every day. And I asked her for years to stop. I even suggested therapy, but she refuses. I go through her IG accounts. Okay, well, now we're getting serious. I go through her IG accounts and I see tons of men inviting her on exotic trips, dinners, even lavish boat rides. Okay. She shares conversations with a few of these men.
Big
and
problem.
and she does tell them that she's married, but they don't care.
They're not supposed to.
You know, right. They don't care because she gives them hope by continuing the conversation. That's what a lot of women not
Exactly.
realizing. Winston says, I'm not an insecure man, but these dudes are attractive and rich. My wife loves the attention and money, but that's not the worst part. Really? I ain't right. The worst part is our 17-year-old daughter is addicted to it too.
Wow.
And my wife promotes this behavior. My wife takes provocative pictures of our daughter and takes provocative pictures of our daughter and with our daughter. They look like sisters more than mother and daughter. They take pictures in two-piece bikinis, matching spandex bodysuits, even nude body paint. That's too much, man. And they're 17
Way
years
too
old.
much.
Winston goes on to say, and they put every single picture on social media. I can't win in my house. I have no power. I'm lost, confused, pissed, hurt, and I don't know what to do. I'm about to leave this woman and start a new life before she leaves me. J Word and Frankie J, what should I do?
Let me take a sip.
J Word, I'm gonna let you ride. I'm gonna let you. J Word gonna ride with this one.
Sir, you need to leave. Your wife is entertaining conversations with these men. And if she knows you go through her IG, she probably got another phone or another IG where she's communicating on a whole nother level with these men. This is not normal behavior. Plus, they take a new photographs, paint or no paint involved. You don't do that, especially with a 17-year-old. And your wife is encouraging it. You need to leave. You need to leave. This is unacceptable behavior. This is completely unacceptable behavior. Even if you're dating someone, you don't do in an exclusive relationship. You don't do this. She has no respect for you or the marriage. What you got to say?
I listen. I totally agree. And the main thing that I got was he suggested therapy,
and she's not going.
Right now, this man is doing what he can do to salvage his marriage, but she refuses. You know, attention is the new prostitution.
Yeah.
Attention is the new prostitution.
And she's literally naked. Yeah. Paint. I don't care about the paint. That's irrelevant. Paint or not, you're naked and you got your child.
You know, I just hate to say
that's child abuse. Technically, it is child abuse.
Well, yeah, it is. It is a form, but I just feel that couple could salvage this if she wanted to.
Right.
I think she gets off on the attention. It's the attention from all those men that maybe she never got before. We gotta understand this too. This is really deep psychologically. Maybe she didn't get attention from men when she was a young girl, a teenager, and so forth. You know, people grow into their beauty sometimes. And he said she's amazing, she's gorgeous, and her body is amazing and it's all natural. So
you might be hitting on something.
She's thriving, Emma.
Because I know some women who
I can get deep. I can get deep now.
You went there.
Hey, how about listen, huh? Frankie J can get there sometimes. Goddamn it.
I know of 2 or 3 women when they were young, they were really big, and as they got older, they committed to going to the gym, eating right, and they're thin, in shape, the whole nine.
Right.
So now they dress, and they in their 50s. They dress like they 20 something.
Yeah.
And to the point where I'm not in public with them because it's embarrassing. So And I know it's because when they were young, they couldn't do that.
Yep. And that's I believe that's what happens with a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't get the attention when they were younger, and probably like right at that 21 to 25 year age, that's when you start really growing into your beauty.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's just like I'm gonna make up for lost time. But baby, you're married.
And with a child.
And you know what? Maybe she married this guy when she thought she couldn't do better.
Yeah.
You know? And now she's getting all this attention from all these attractive men, rich, attractive men at that. Yeah, bruh. I actually, first when Jay Word said, go ahead and leave, I was like, I was going to say, maybe go ahead and bring a therapist in. But the hell with
she
it.
Don't want
you
that.
got to go, brother. Listen, you got to put on them Nikes and you got to get the hell out of Dodge. Hey, your 17-year-old, the only thing you can do is maybe try to get her. Pray and try to get her some type of therapy before it's too late.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous trend that's going on with our society.
And even with him getting her therapy, if she values her dad's opinion like I valued mine, she may just say, he can probably say to her, look, let me talk to you, baby girl, and sit her down. Yeah. Take her out for the day and say, let me explain to you what you're really projecting and how men are going to really perceive
it. That's true. He probably already has, to tell you the truth. He probably already has.
Yeah.
If I was him, my brother, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Like that movie, Get Out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
That's it. There ain't no more. If you want some other therapy, look, go on and
don't let her pull the teacup with the tea.
Go to Q&A. Go to the Q&A show.com and listen. Drop another comment. Drop your contact information, and we can talk about it. But my brother, you got to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next one.
All right, okay. The third question for today.
All right, let's go.
Is from Jerome and Rome from Miami. Jerome asks, should a wife or girlfriend ask permission from her husband or boyfriend to cut her hair?
All right, you go ahead with this. Rock this one out. I need to hear it. I need to hear it.
I will say this. You have the right to do whatever you want to do. However, if you're in a committed relationship or marriage, I would say yes. Ask your husband. It's a courtesy. I would always want my husband's opinion because I'm trying to make him look good at all times, not just myself. And I would ask him, look, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. What do you think? And I would take his opinion and think about that before I make the move.
Suppose your husband says, no. Then what you gonna do?
I need a straight. I need more than a flat out no. Well, why not? You don't think I would look cute with this haircut or that haircut?
You know what kills me about y'all?
Don't you generalize it.
You don't really give a damn about his opinion. You gonna do what you wanna do.
No.
And I agree. I think a woman should run it past her man or husband. Run it by him. There's nothing wrong with that. But even if he says no, y'all still won't do it anyway. Women do so many things out of just, I don't know.
If you say emotion, I'm gonna throw something at you.
Let me get a helmet.
Don't you say we are some emotional creatures.
It is very true. Women will go ahead and be like, cut it all off, Gloria. He done cheated on me for the last time. Cut it all off, Gloria.
Are you trying to refer to?
I went right to
wait until his hair.
That's that movie. When she burned his. Listen.
That was not an emotional haircut. That was her getting back to who she always wanted to be. She did things for that man, like letting her hair grow long and keeping it straight because that's what he required of her. And she went along with it because he wanted a white woman. So when she got rid of him, she said, I'm going to do me and I'm going to do me 100%. And when her girlfriend didn't want to cut her hair, because as hairdressers know, women will say, I want to cut all my hair off. And as soon as you cut a bunch of it off, they start crying. Now they mad at you. So she was right to say, are you sure you want me to cut it?
I just said, you all do things at an emotional time. And you, like you just said, you go in there and you say, I want all my hair cut off. And 2 days later, you got to be walking around with a wig. You know, y'all talking about something.
What did she do in that movie?
Y'all will sit down
What
in
did
that
she do in
chair
that movie?
and be like, I want to look like Sinead O'Connor. Give me the Isaac Hayes. Give me the Lou Gossett Jr.
That was a Britney Spears movie. She did that, and she was emotional. She had a whole lot of emotions going on. But in that movie, she was rocking the hell out of that short haircut, and she loved every second of it. There were two different things. Now, Britney Spears was full of emotion. That was more emotion than I ever had in my whole life, and I'm 54.
That's my whole point. You all do things out of emotion.
Men do too. Men do too. Don't tell me men are not emotional.
Ain't no man gonna cut all the hair off his face, eyebrows, head, mustache, beard. He ain't gonna cut all the hair off his face because some woman done hurt his feelings.
Y'all do other things.
We ain't doing that.
Y'all do other things.
Yeah, we go out and get drunk. We might even shed a tear or two. You know, we might even put on some oh. You remember that song?
I do. But you know what y'all do?
Shed a tear.
You know what y'all do out of pure emotion?
What?
When y'all hit a certain age and you feel like you're not all of what you used to be, go out and buy a sports car that you can barely get in and out of. Go to the clubs at 50-something years of age trying to hit on women 20-something years of age and still don't realize you the old man in the club looking crazy as hell. That's out of emotion, sir. That is out of emotion because you don't think you got it anymore. That's what that is. Listen, so there's that. Okay. So everybody function out of emotion.
Okay.
And right now I'm getting ready to get emotional.
Oh yeah. I feel it and I can hear it. Okay. Let me just say this. I would say yes, still. If you're gonna do something drastic like that, run it past your man. But my thing is, if your man says, "Hey, baby, you know what? Nah, I like your hair longer," then keep it. You know, don't. You know, I'm tired of this. You know, even if it's not emotional, let's just say you just want a certain style. Mm-hmm. You know, you get the style, and then, like I said, 2 days later, you in this wig. Sometimes y'all don't think, and it's not all women, y'all just don't think the what if, baby. You just don't think the what if. Because it's like you get it cut, and then like, damn, I shouldn't have cut all this hair. My head don't look right. Like with this haircut, like a lot of men that get bald heads, sometimes they ain't got the right shaped head. It's the same thing for a woman.
Now, I agree with you on that. So clearly, I wear my hair short. So when I first cut all my hair off, I went through, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I know everybody does this. That got sense. I went and touched my head to make sure my head was the right shape that I could carry a short haircut. Like I ain't have a big lump over here. What?
So you feeling around for lumps?
Yeah. Lumps and dents. To make sure I could carry that short haircut. But when I cut my hair off, it wasn't real long. It was like shoulder length. Okay. And I cut it down. Do you remember the movie, the 007 movie that Halle Berry was in?
Yeah.
I had that haircut. I went from shoulder length all the way down to that haircut. Okay. I got that exact haircut.
Okay.
And I asked my boyfriend at the time. Mm. He was being emotional because he was thinking about the sex side of it, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I want my own personal Halle Berry." That nonsense. But I was rocking that haircut, and I ain't been back to long hair since.
I feel where he's coming from. he probably in bed with you. Imagine Halle Berry.
Yeah, I thought about that after the fact.
All right, but I think still running past your man. You're gonna do what you want to do anyway. But still running past your man.
We agree on that.
Let me ask you this, though. If a man wanted to do something drastic, let's say he got dreads and a woman likes his dreads, should we do the same thing? Maybe he want to go bald. Maybe he want to rock the bald.
I think that's a conversation.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's all a conversation piece.
Right.
I think, sit down, have the talk. But when we had that talk, when I tell you no, it best be no. You understand what I'm saying? Don't come back up in here looking like Lou Gossett. I'm going to tell you right now. Listen, look here. these here size 9s. I'm joking. Just go ahead. Just run it by me, and we good to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hear that sound, J Word. I hear that sound. All right, we are in the final chapter of our show called Have You Ever? All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, J Word. Have you ever had sex with an obese person?
Define that. Because I'm technically obese.
Let's see. That's how I feel about it. Are we talking about like that morbid or that medically obese? Because the doctor goes by that BMI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he says something. Like you said, that's considered obese.
Right.
But are we talking about my 600-pound life obese?
That's something completely
different. Well, I think we talk about the 600-pound. Because that medical obese that don't count. The medically
so
obese,
I'm good.
Yeah, that don't count. So let's go with the 600-pound life. Okay, J Word.
Hell no.
See, y'all kill me.
No.
Y'all kill me.
Just the thought of that.
Me.
You talking 600 pounds?
No, maybe not 600. Let's say he's 6'5", and let's say he's 400.
400 pounds? No, sir. Okay, right now at this moment, my mind is doing this. So many questions about. Okay, I'm envisioning him on top of me. If he comes, I'm gonna die. Because after you come, you relax and you just drop your. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. No, sir. Oh, see now I'm sweating. 400 pounds on top of, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. So everybody be ready. I'm slightly over 200 pounds. I'm nowhere near 250, but I'm slightly over 400. You're talking about double my. I'm gonna die. That's the end of me.
But
no, sir.
200 pounds, you can handle that.
On what planet? What planet can I handle 400? No, sir. I'm sweating. I'm gonna cry in a minute. I'm getting ready to have an emotional breakdown. I need another sip.
So the answer, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell no. I don't want to die yet. I don't want to die.
Okay.
You would?
This should be called
Mr.
Confessions.
I love.
This should be called Confessions Tuesday. Yeah. She was. Yeah. She was that, ladies and gentlemen.
Something wrong with you.
Listen. It was back in the day, in the early 90s.
It was probably last week.
And I was riding. My boy L hit me up. Rest in peace, baby. My boy L hit me up and said, "Hey, man, I want you to ride with me. I got this girl, and she got a girlfriend. Ride with me." Now, when me and my boys used to ride, go see some women, we usually get 240s a piece. But this dude comes back to the car. I mean, this dude comes back to the car with 4 40s for me. I said, "Damn, dude, when she live out in New York, how far we gotta go?" Something told me.
He knew you need to be drunk.
You know what I'm saying? So we ride and we get there. Nice little girl answer the door, and L like the white girls, and this was, she was thick. This was right before you all were getting thick. Right before you all was starting to, it was just a handful, but she was nice looking. Very shapely, and I was like, okay, well, a girlfriend, being young and dumb, a girlfriend must look just like her, right? Because we got that, birds of a feather thing. Okay, we walking in, and we get to the living room. J Word, I see this thing sitting on the couch. Did you see Blade? Did you see Blade 1? The bookkeeper? The blob thing?
Yeah.
What was that blob name?
I don't remember.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's call this woman Pearl. Her name is Pearl now. She was like Jabba the Hutt. She was like she was big, ladies and gentlemen.
I would have ran for my life.
I should have, but it is when you're young. You got to take one for the team sometimes.
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Frankie J is a team player, ladies and gentlemen. I was. So we sitting on the couch and we drinking, and I'm knocking out these last 240s like I got a funnel. I mean, listen, You know how somebody drink 40 and you doing like this, drinking it fast? Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie J was like this. I was like this on both of them. So L and the chick go in the room, and me and big girl, Pearl, we're sitting on the couch. I asked Pearl, I said, shit, babe, you got anything harder than anything else to drink here? She was like, I don't think so. Shoot, get me a little rubber hose. I'm gonna go to the car. And I'm gonna go to the car and siphon some of this here octane, some of this 93. So she said, let me check. She came out with some moonshine in a little mayonnaise jar. I said, well, shit, it's got to go down. I got to take it down. I got to drink the moonshine. So we taking shots, and you know what? Something happened. I started noticing.
She was attractive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she was getting smaller with each shot.
Yeah, that was the liquor.
She ended up weighing like 150 pounds.
Thank God for the liquor.
Yes. So anyway, we getting into it. We start messing around, and she stands up, J Word, and she takes off, she had on some spandex shorts. J Word, when this woman stood up, her crack started at the back of her neck. She was about 6'5". She was about 6'5". Now, 6'5". Now, I ain't grew since 17. She's 6'5".
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'8" at the tip of my head. I got this little tip. If it wasn't for that tip, I'd be 5'5". But I got this little tip, 5'8", damn it. So I'm looking at this woman's crack. It started at the back of her neck and went all the way to hell. That thing was all. When the woman got shit, she lay down backwards. Shit. I don't mean to make no fun of nobody, but the back of her neck, it was like it looked like a ball of like pus. It was
loaf of bread.
Yeah. And I said, okay, well, she laid down, and I'm holding this leg up with both hands.
Oh, you strong.
Yeah, I had a little strength back then. I'm holding this leg up. This leg is down. So I get to this leg. I'm holding this leg up. That leg is down. So I'm holding both legs. And I'm like, baby girl, you got to help me. You got to help me. And she was like, well, okay, I try to hold both of them. But then it was.
She said that?
Yeah. But
oh
then
my God.
all the fats was in the middle. All the guts was in the middle. I mean, I'm like, and I'm going project on. I'm project on. You know project?
No, I don't.
That's when I didn't take off my shirt. I didn't take off no shoes. I just dropped my shorts down around my ankles. I didn't even take them off.
That's rude.
Right?
That's rude.
It is rude, but dig it. So it's not working. So she said, okay, baby, well, let me bend over. Let me try bend over. J Word, this woman, crack looked like a road. It just went. It looked like I was going over a hill. I said, baby, I can't. Where am I supposed to start? Where am I supposed to start? I can't see nothing. So she says, well, Daddy, I can ride you. Are you crazy?
See, she was trying to kill you.
Right?
She was trying to kill you.
And I don't call women bitches, but bitch, are you crazy? I said, you trying to get, listen, you're trying to go to jail for murder because if you get on top of me, I'm dead. I ain't scared to die. It's how I die. I do not want y'all sitting around no church laughing at me.
Oh, I'm going to be on the floor. I'm going to be in the church on the floor.
I don't want y'all laughing at me because I got squished by a 500-pound woman. I don't want y'all laughing at me because I know y'all. How he died? Frankie J died. He let this 500-pound woman get on top of him. Why he do that? I ain't weighing nothing but $150 at the time. J Word. So listen, she says, okay, baby, well, I'm gonna hold everything up. So she lays back down on her stomach. J Word, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, my pecker, I'm trying to find a hole. This is my pecker. My pecker says, no. I said, you come out of that sleeve right now and you perform. My
I ain't doing it. You can't make me do it.
See, I wasn't circumcised at the time, ladies and gentlemen. So I had that sleeve.
Oh, that's another conversation. That's another conversation.
Ladies, I'm circumcised now, have been for a very long time. I wasn't then. So my picker was like, no. So I'm talking to him, I'm doing everything. L comes out the room.
Oh, he done completely finished?
He done finished, because this has been about 30 minutes of all this. L comes out the room and stands there. I heard him laughing. He says, dude, your feet not even touching the couch. He said, she burping you. She look like she burping you. And we just stopped, J-Word, and that was the last time I saw Pearl. Pearl said to me, the last thing she did say was, I'm going to beep you, baby.
For what?
Baby girl, you ain't nowhere in the world you ain't going to be beeping me nowhere. I rode home with L, and he didn't look at me. He had this smirk on his face. I know he could feel my eyes burning.
You lucky I wasn't there. I would have laughed at your ass all the way home.
Speaking of laughing, I did what every man has told one of his buddies. Hey man, don't tell nobody. Hey man, don't tell nobody. Come the next morning, nigga, I heard you was in bed with Andre the Giant. There was Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, The Big Show, and then her, Pearl. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, Frankie J has had his experience with an obese person. And okay,
I'm gonna pray for you.
I need to pray that night. I still got PTSD from that. I'm thinking about it right now.
There's no way. There's no way. Because I'm not gonna die. Not like that. Not like that, sir. Not like that.
That's our show for this evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in the Q&A show. We see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. on our YouTube station at Q&A show. And don't forget to drop those questions and comments at our website, QAshow.com. QAshow.com. Don't forget to drop by, pick up Blood, Lies, and Secrets on Amazon.com.
Yep.
Check it out. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. God bless.
Yeah, something wrong with you.
I mean, listen, I got PTSD from that shit. Somebody got to take one for the team, goddamn it.
You look. Something wrong with you.